What if everything you know is wrong?
Okay, let's just start with a crazy thought. What if the person you're looking at right now, or the voice you're hearing, what if it isn't real? We're stepping into a brand new era, one where our own senses, the very things we rely on, can actually be used against us. The whole idea of trust is basically being rewritten by code.
So, to really get what we're talking about, let me walk you through a real story. Imagine you're a finance worker at this big engineering firm called Arup. You hop on a video call. And on the other side, it's your company's chief financial officer, the CFO, along with a bunch of other senior colleagues. The instructions they give you are crystal clear, the meeting feels totally normal, totally routine, and the people on your screen, I mean, everything about them, their voices, the way they move, even how they pause when they talk, it all looks and sounds completely real.
Except it wasn't. Yeah, you probably saw that coming. Not one single person on that call was real. They were all deepfakes, just digital puppets in this incredibly sophisticated heist. And the goal of that heist was to get her to authorize a wire transfer. For how much? $25 million. Just wow.
And just like that, it was gone, stolen. Look, this isn't some plot from a sci-fi movie. This was a real heist that happened in February of 2024. And it's a massive wake-up call, right? It's telling us that the world has changed. AI-powered fraud has completely rewritten the rules of the game. So you've got to be asking, how is this even possible? Well, it all boils down to something we're calling AI-powered deception. And here's the really scary part. Criminals aren't even inventing brand new scams. What they're doing is taking the old scams we know and just supercharging them to a level that's almost unbelievable.
And the engine driving all of this? It's generative AI. You've heard the term. Basically, it's a type of artificial intelligence that's incredible at creating new stuff, like text, images, audio, even video, that looks and sounds totally convincing. It just learns from all the data that's already out there. And the real kicker? It's getting cheaper, faster, and way, way easier for anyone to get their hands on.
And you can really see the massive shift here. Think about it. For years, we've all been trained to spot the old scams, right? You look for the bad grammar, the weird formatting in a phishing email. Those were the giveaways. Well, AI has pretty much erased all of those. The attacks we're seeing today are flawless. They're super personalized. They can mimic the exact communication style of your boss or your colleague, someone you trust. And the growth rate here is just explosive. Since 2022, we've seen a 1,740% increase in deepfake fraud. No, that's not a typo. 1,740%. This isn't some future threat we need to worry about down the road. It's here, right now, and it is scaling up fast. And you might be wondering, okay, but are they effective? Well, they're shockingly effective. A recent study decided to test out some AI automated phishing attempts. The result? A full 60% of the people in the study fell for them. 60%. That's basically the same success rate as a scam carefully crafted by a human expert. The point is, our old ways of defending ourselves just aren't cutting it anymore. Okay, so with all that doom and gloom, how in the world do we fight back? Well, it might sound a little weird, but our strongest defense against all this crazy advanced tech? It's us. It's people. Technology by itself is not going to be enough to solve this. We need a brand new mindset, like a new default setting for how we operate. And it's actually pretty simple, but it is so powerful. It's just this: verify, then trust. That's it. This has to become the new standard operating procedure for any request that's even a little bit sensitive, no matter how real it looks or sounds. So building up what some are calling a human firewall really breaks down into three critical steps. First, you gotta train people with realistic simulations. Let them see what these attacks actually look like. Second, you have to bake that verify then trust idea into every single business process. And third, and this is a big one, we have to understand our own human biases. Our instinct to trust someone in charge or a tendency to rush when we feel pressured. This actually gives us a pretty practical checklist for spotting these things. So next time you're on a video call, really pay attention to the little details. Do their facial movements look kind of off or unnatural? Is the lighting weird? Does their voice glitch out even for a second? A huge giveaway can be if their throat doesn't seem to move when they talk, or if their profile looks blurry when they turn their head. Think of these as the new bad grammar. They're the red flags we all have to learn to spot.
But of course, just being vigilant isn't going to be enough on its own. This really is an arms race, and that means we absolutely need technology fighting on our side. We have to fight fire with fire.
Which leads to the big question, right? Can our technology actually keep up and fight back against these AI attacks? And the answer is a definite yes. But, and it's a big but, it's going to take a whole new multi-layered game plan.
And you can see here how the security world is responding directly. For basically every new AI attack method, a specific defense is being built. So to fight deepfakes, we now have tech that can check if a person is actually live on camera, not just a recording. To stop AI phishing, we're using other AI systems to spot weird communication patterns. We're even seeing stuff like blockchain watermarking to prove without a doubt that a document or a video is the real deal.
So, what does this actually look like in the real world? Well, it starts with the basics that hopefully everyone is using, like multi-factor authentication, MFA. But it also means bringing in more advanced tools. We're talking about AI systems that can sift through thousands of security alerts to find the one that's a real threat, or tools that keep an eye out for employees using unapproved AI apps, that whole shadow AI problem. Some companies are even building their own private, super secure AI chatbot so their teams can use this tech safely.
But look, this whole battle is moving at lightning speed. It's one thing to defend against the attacks we're seeing today, but the real challenge is preparing for the threats of tomorrow, and we have to start right now.
And the amount of money on the line here, it's just astronomical. Deloitte is projecting that by 2027, fraud losses in the US fueled by AI could hit $40 billion. And get this, over $11 billion of that is expected to come from just business email scams, the kind that are being supercharged by this new AI.
Let's just put this evolution in perspective for a second. Think about it. Yesterday, the big worry was a basic phishing email. Today, like we've been talking about, it's these hyper-realistic deepfakes. So what about tomorrow? Well, security experts are already getting ready for what they call autonomous AI agents. These are malicious programs that could get into a network and act like a trusted employee, making their own decisions to cause damage.
And that brings us to the final and maybe the most important question. In this crazy escalating arms race, as the AI on the attack side gets smarter and more independent, will our most important, our last line of defense, still be us?
Understanding begins with why.